Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I will be showing you how I did my DIY at-home nail set during this pandemic. So just stay tuned and keep watching. Alright, so first you're going to need your drill set, which includes your drill. And I will put in the description details of where I bought everything from, which was Amazon. And I usually decide which drill bit I'm going to use depending on if I just took off a gel set or if it's a fresh set. And I usually use two different kinds when I'm doing my nails. So you want to make sure when you're inserting the drill bit that your drill is completely off. You don't want to have stories for later. Alright, so here I am just using the big barrel drill bit, which has the sanding bands. Okay, and then make sure you just turn it off. And then voila, all done. And this is obviously sped through, but I did both hands. And then you want to make sure it's off completely when you're taking off all the bits. And this is just a closer look of what I did and what I'm going to do. And so in this next one, I'm going to use the safety bit, which basically is for cuticle work and just polishing the nail sides. And as you can see, I put in the nail bit first before I turn the drill back on. And I'm just going to do both hands. And you want to just take your time with this because it is pretty sharp. And you don't want to just, put too much pressure when you're doing it so you won't damage your nails in the process. And I don't know how people do it, but doing the opposite hand, if that's not your dominant hand, is very difficult. All right, so just turn it off and then take the drill bit out. And I usually pull the drill completely from the cord just in case. All right, on to the next process. Next, I usually just file my nails. And because they're really short right now compared to how I normally have them long when I go to the nail salon, I didn't really give them too much of a coffin shape or a square shape like I normally do. So it's kind of like rounded. All right, so next you want to just use your buffing shiner block. And this particular block, I got this from Amazon, and then on each side is written exactly the order in which one you want to use, which is really helpful for those who normally don't do their nails. So it has 4 different steps on what you want to do. You want to just do the same thing with all 4 steps to the other hand as well. And I will put in the description box the order and the steps for the buffing block, just in case. Alright guys, so moving on to the nail polish part, you want to make sure that you have the 3 different nail polishes, from the base coat, the nail polish, to the top coat. And I will put in the description where I got the base coat and top coat from. Can't remember where I got the nail polish from. Probably just a beauty supply store. Can't remember right now. Alright, so what I usually do, in this video, I painted both hands completely first with the base coat, but sometimes I do leave my thumbs off. And the purpose of that is just like, I use my thumbs to just clean any nail polish residue from the sides. But in this video, I did paint both hands completely first with the base coat. Alright, and then once you are completed with one hand, you want to just put it under the dryer. And I usually let it dry for I think 120 minutes, sometimes twice, depending, because I always want to make sure it's just completely dry. And then you want to just do the same thing to your other hand. And this process does take a little bit longer because you are painting your own nails. And you have to like paint each hand first and then put it under the dryer and then do the same thing over again. So you have to have patience when you're doing this. So this is just me painting my other hand with the base coat so I can put it under the dryer. Alright, so once that is dry, you want to move on to your nail polish. And I just did one hand first, completely including my thumb. And you want to just take your time so that way not too many mistakes are made before you put it in the dryer. And I do 2 coats before moving on to the next hand. And like I said, just take your time so there isn't nail polish on the sides before you dry it, because it will be harder to take that off after. And then once you finish painting the second coat, just put it back under the dryer. All right, so this is just going to be a close-up view of what I did. And actually on the first hand I left the thumb off. So this hand I actually painted completely. And you see why I left the thumb off? So that way I can just get any nail polish residue off. And the nail polish that I'm using is Perfect Match Mystic Lilac by OPI. All right, and then once you're done that hand, you want to just put it under the dryer again. And the timing is really up to you, but I always over dry my nails just in case. Want to make sure they're extra dry, extra hard. All right, and then on this side, do your second coat. All right, and then once your hand is dry, you want to move on to the thumb that you did not paint, and then just do the same process over. Just paint it once, dry, do your second coat, dry. Don't forget about that thumb. All right, so once both hands are completely painted, you want to move on to the top coat. And the top coat that I used was a no wipe top coat. And when you're doing the top coat, you don't want to have too much of the top coat nail polish, because you don't want it to drip over to the side, because it will basically be on your skin and dry that way, and it will not be pretty. And it could be a little painful as well. So this is when less goes a long way. So as you can see, I'm wiping some of the nail polish off on the side before I put it on my nails. All right, so when you're done painting all fingers, you just want to put it under the dryer. And I had my fingers under the dryer for 120 minutes as well with the top coat, but I did not dry it twice. And then you want to just go ahead and do the same thing with your other hand. All right, so now you should have 2 completely dry nails. And then this next part is optional, but usually if I do paint my old nails, I do go back in with the nail file just to, like, you know, sharpen it up a little bit better. And this can also help if you had any nail polish slip over onto your fingers. The nail file will help you take it off without damaging your actual nails. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I hope that this was very easy and that you will be able to do these steps at home, especially during these times that we are on lockdown due to COVID-19. But yeah, so very easy steps and nails are done.